Hi, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. I want to do a little deeper dive today of one of my favorite websites that I use every single day, and I think you may like it. I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but I want to go deeper into something called Follow Up Then. There are a lot of different websites these days, and I actually learned this from Tim Ferriss. He has the 7-minute body, and he's got the 4-hour work week and these other books. And he talked a little bit about this app, and I've been using it ever since. So what is Follow Up Then? Well, let's talk about the main challenge that we have. We have tons of emails and tons of things that we have to remember to do. And we're very, very busy. And I think, I don't know if it's everyone's short-term memory isn't there, or we don't like to use a lot of pieces of paper, or we might not use an agenda. So it makes it a real big struggle. So let's explain what Follow Up Then is. Basically, this is something I started out using just with my email. For example, if I send an email today, for example, I was sending an email to the Tobro, that's John, he's in Canada, and he has a Shopify website. And Shopify is a way that you can sell things. So that's one of my newest kind of ideas, is how can we maybe sell shoes or things like that on our website directly to the patient. Now, I sent him this email, and John's really busy, so he may not get back to me. And I sent the email, and I might forget it. And so what I do is in the BCC, or the blind carbon copy line, I put in 3 days at followupthen.com. And when I do that, it actually, in 3 days, it will send the email back to me. I don't have to remember if John got back to me or not. I don't have to do anything, as this application, it reminds it for me. What did I used to do in the past? Well, before, I used to either just forget about it and John never got back to me, or I used to send a copy to myself and just keep it in my inbox until he replied, or I might even set up a reminder. So this way actually makes it a lot easier for me to remember things. Now, if you do a little bit deeper of a dive into it, then that's how I started it. So basically, every time I send an email that I really want to reply from someone, I will put Follow Up Then. So whatever time, for example, if it's 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever, hey, can you do this for me? And someone will get back to me in a week or two, and I'll put it in the Follow Up Then line. The second thing I do with Follow Up Then is there is something called reply detection. So when you do Follow Up Then, you do the task, let's say 3 days, you do a little dash, and there's a couple of little codes you can use. One is R. So if John sends me an email back, then it won't send me the reminder in 3 days because he's already sent it to me. So it's a way to reduce the clutter in your email if you're using Follow Up Then a lot. There's another one that works pretty well. It's where you can send people tasks. So if you have certain people on your team, what you can do is you can send them, hey, why don't you send me or fix the copy or what's written on this blog, and you send it to someone, you give them a week to do it. What you do is you put 1 week and you put a dash and a T, and it'll make it a task for them. And the neat thing is, what you'll do is it will keep sending them after a week. It'll send them that email every single day until they mark that task completed or they get mad at you or something like that. So that's nice, especially if you're dealing, let's say, for example, with like the electrical company or some company that you're emailing and you want them to do something. It will keep emailing them forever until you get a reply. So for certain things that you want to do and be really annoying, it works well as well. So that's the second tip with using these kind of extensions at the end. And then if you go a little bit deeper, they have a method with email that you can send an SMS, which is a text message. I use this all the time. For example, on the third Wednesday of the month is my surgical block time. After I get home at night at 5 p.m., it actually automatically on the third Wednesday of the month, it sends me a text message to call my patients just as a little reminder. So it actually texts me. So I can remember a lot of things. And these days, I don't check my email all the time, so I prefer to do the text version. So everything that I just said via email, you can also send it via text, and it'll just take whatever is in the header or the title of the text of the email message, and it'll send that to you. I use that a lot of times for things I want to remember. For example, if my wife tells me I need to go pick something up on the way home, it'll send me a text message at 5 p.m. The nice thing, and this is something Tim Ferriss talks about, we want to be interrupted when we can take action, and when is the proper time to take action. If I have that same thing come to me at 1 p.m. when I'm busy seeing patients, I'm going to totally forget about it by about 5 p.m. So this way it can send me individual reminders at the exact time that I want. Now, it takes a little bit of time to get used to using Follow Up Then. I think it really, really works well. One of the things, if you start using Follow Up Then, and you'll end up having a lot of follow-ups, a lot of emails, and it could clutter your email box. So the other thing that I learned is a folder system. And I learned this, I think it was from Tim or Ari. There's another guy that does kind of these efficiency things. And the folder system is the following. I have in my email, or my Gmail that I use mostly, I have my main email, and then I have an optional email, and then I have a follow-up then email. The optional and follow-up then are folders. And so what I do is you can set up where you can forward things automatically to these different folders, and then I can look at them when I'm ready to take action and when I'm ready to do something. And I use these folders for a lot of different activities, a lot of different emails. Like, for example, I'll sign up to, I was talking about Larry Huppins, his emails. I get them just to learn kind of what he's doing and what other marketers are doing. And those go into a folder under marketing, and then I have each individual person's name. So it just kind of goes there, and I can look at them occasionally when I want to get inspired with different ideas. So that's a way to kind of keep your ideas going. But specifically for the follow-up then, all of these emails go into that follow-up then folder, and they're unread, and then once a day when I check my email, I will go through them. So that's kind of my email habit with follow-up then. I'll put a little link underneath here if you want to learn more about follow-up then. They have the traditional way, and then they also have I think there's a couple of new different versions. There's a couple of other similar things to follow-up then you might like. One's called Boomerang. I think that's an add-on into Gmail. And so that's something you can add on to email. And I think Gmail itself has kind of these reminders too. They can send you a reminder. I think there's something similar for Microsoft if you're using Outlook. All these have kind of similar methodologies, but I think the easiest way is this email reminder system. So that's kind of what I'd like to share with you guys today. I think you're going to like it. The paid version is only about, I think it's $8 a month, so it's real reasonable. I've been paying this for years, and it's really saved a lot of the hassle and having no emails in my inbox. So I'd like you to consider doing that. I think you would find some benefit from it. Okay? Once again, I'll put the link underneath this. It's followupthen.com. Okay, have a great day.